Hi, I am Lovis and I'm a student at the African Studies Bachelor at Leiden University. And today I'll tell you more about our program and about your future once you finish the studies and a lot more. So, why study African studies? Well, the African continent is home to over 1 billion people, and some of the countries have one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Besides that, its art and literature is gaining more and more international appreciation. The African continent also plays a big role in many current issues, such as migration, climate change, but also agricultural innovations. During your study, you will look at Africa from an internal perspective and learn how to critically analyze the often used Eurocentric approach. Also, you will look at the diaspora, since the African people, so Africa is everywhere. So, why study in Leiden? Well, the bachelor program of African Studies is unique at Leiden University, since it's not taught at any other university in the Netherlands. The study itself is interesting because you will learn how to speak either Kiswahili or Swahili, as you might know it, or Berber. Swahili is the lingua franca of Eastern Africa and has millions of speakers. And Berber is a minority language which is spoken in Northern Africa, but is very useful when conducting research within diaspora communities, especially in the Netherlands. In the program, you will also spend a semester in Africa at an African university, where you will learn your second language, as well as following courses at this university. And lastly, you will learn how to use digital research methods, which are gaining more and more importance nowadays. So in this program, digital approaches really play a key role. So you will learn how to do podcasting, video making, or photography. What is the bachelor structure like? In total, our program consists of 180 credits, which is divided over 3 years. So each year you will obtain 60 credits. In your first year, you'll get a broad introduction to various topics on the African continent. And then from your second year onwards, you'll get the opportunity to further specialize, following your own interests, of course. During your first year, as I said, it's a broad introduction to history, literature and art, but you will also learn about contemporary societies in Africa. And you will choose between either Berber or Swahili and start learning those languages. Then your second year, you'll continue learning your language of your choosing, but also have the opportunity to choose between certain electives. And of course, in your second semester, you will travel to Africa and study at a local university, where you will learn your second language, but also follow courses at this local university. Then during your third year, you will continue learning your first language. Also, you'll have the opportunity to choose between a set of electives, and you'll do a minor, and you can choose between either a pre-made minor, for instance at journalism or developmental studies, but also you can also opt for making your own minor, for instance choosing courses on the transatlantic slave trade. And finally, you'll write your BA thesis, which you can compare to a large essay, or, which is quite special at African Studies, you can opt to present your thesis in another way than writing, for instance, making a documentary, and then you can use those digital skills that you will have learned in earlier years. So, what does your day-to-day life as a student look like? You'll have 12 hours every week of both lectures and tutorials, and the rest you'll do self-study. During your first year, those tutorials you'll follow together with the same group. So you'll have the opportunity to really get to know your fellow students. Also, you'll get a student mentor who will help you get to know your way around Leiden and at the university, of course. And if you encounter any problems, you can always take up contact with your study advisor. So every semester at Leiden University has one midterm, which is an exam week halfway through the semester, and also one exam week at the end of every semester. And then, what academic skills do you obtain? As you can see, there's a whole list of them. What I think is most important is setting up and conducting an academic research. After you finished your bachelor's, you can, of course, opt to do a master's at Leiden University. We offer a variety of masters. Once you finished your African Studies bachelor, you have the option to continue with the master's or research masters of African Studies, but you can, depending on your own interests and the electives that you chose during your bachelor's, you can also choose to do any other master, for instance, developmental studies or international relations. And then after you graduate, once you've finished your bachelor and master's, you are of course going to look for a job. So every 5 years, the Faculty of Humanities holds a job market survey in which they research where our alumni end up working. As you can see, there's a variety of fields where our alumni end up working. And to make these a bit more specific, here you see organizations where our alumni work. So, for instance, at a ministry or at a newspaper. Is this the right program for you? Well, if you have a broad interest in Africa and learning a language, but also African cultures, history, and if you are just broadly interested in different cultures, and if you like to study Africa from an internal perspective instead of a Eurocentric approach, which is often used, then I think African Studies is the right program for you. If you would like to apply for African Studies at Leiden University, there are some admission requirements, which are for Dutch students, any pre-university diploma or a propedeutic or final diploma from any Dutch HBO program, or as a Dutch student, a Dutch university first year certificate or final degree. And for our international students, you can check out our requirements at the website or take up contact with our Student Affairs Office. And here you see a timeline of important deadlines if you would like to apply for our program. So please pay close attention to these. And then, once you met all the admission requirements and you would like to apply for our studies, then this is a list of guidance facilities offered by Leiden University. And the most important of these will be your study advisor. So, if you are interested and would like to know more about our program, you can visit our open day, which is held every semester at Leiden University. Or you can sign up for an experience day or student for a day activities. Or you can, of course, visit our website where you can do the online experience anytime you like. For more information about these events, you can visit our website with the link you see here. And then lastly, I wish you good luck with finding the right study program for you, and I hope to see you soon at Leiden University.